Hey guys, welcome back to Clockwise Crypto. Hope you guys are moving forward in everything that you do. Diving right in for a brief market update here, taking a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin sitting at $39,784, tanking, falling off a cliff, just like we anticipated. But we want to dive into how this is impacting other markets, other assets, I should say. Taking a look here at Solana, down 10%. Massive opportunity. Now, the other video we were talking to you about buying on red days. This is one of those red days. We are buying, we are taking good positions, long-term positions, and capitalizing on this fear that is going to come into the market. So love what I'm seeing here. Love the opportunity here. Hedera is one thing that stuck out to me. Hedera is almost 6 cents. It's 0.072, almost 6 cents. Huge steal. And you pretty much see that across the markets. You're going to see that with a ton of fear coming upon the markets. Taking a look at our boring chart. Someone called our chart boring, right? Because we don't have all the banners, scanners, and all that other nonsense, right? So we basically keep our technicals as simple as possible because that's what's duplicatable. You can take this information, this skill, and apply it to your family, your friends. Easy to teach. When you have all these banners and scanners and whistles, that's confusing. Price action and technical analysis is not confusing. Very simple. Follow basic market structure. You see our divergence. Divergence is an easy setup. Easy setup. And you can take a look here on how it's played out on the weekly time frame. Now, one thing I would preface, we talked about this candle being a kangaroo tail. This kangaroo tail is playing out to be bearish. So we are like I told you guys, we are looking for price to come and bounce or break this trend line. That's all we've been waiting for. We've been waiting for it even through, the doubters and people thinking we're crazy. When price hit 48,000, we started getting the tweets. People started telling us, oh, see, you think Bitcoin is going to tank. Listen, the technicals and the technicals are high probability setups. They're not 100% accurate, but it's more so about having high probability setups. And when we see that divergence, it's really just a be on point situation. Pay attention. It's pretty much what divergence says to me. It's not saying, oh, it's an immediate drop, guaranteed. It's guaranteed. We're going to drop for sure. No, it's saying I'm expecting a drop. I won't be surprised if there's a drop. There's outside factors that could warrant a drop from not happening, of course, like some really bullish news or really, multiple, really extreme buying pressure, I think could warrant that. But overall, the divergence setup, if done correctly, is a good setup. So, we talked about, we looked at H-bar before, and I was saying H-bar, I don't see H-bar breaking out right now. I don't see any divergence, only because divergence has to be when we are overbought or oversold. Divergence isn't happening when you're in the middle of the chart on the stochastics, like right here. Divergence is not happening right here. Divergence needs to be overbought or oversold, which is above the 80 or above, or 20 and below. And that's how we have it set up here on the other side. You can see that. We're going to our technicals on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is, in fact, playing out pretty nicely. This pullback we've been waiting for, and it's really been a waiting game. Like I said, guys, we are on the weekly time frame. Each candle is a week. You know how long that is? And I talked about how anyone that shows you lower time frames is almost setting you up to get wrecked because the moves are too sporadic. I can show, let's just look at the let's look at the, what are they? People are on the 15-minute. Look at this. These moves, let's say from when it went from 48 to 41, we went from 48 on 11th on Thursday. By Friday, within the same candles, I mean, we're down $7,000. Like, it's insane. And the moves in between then, even look here, the moves in between then, you can see here, if you guys can see it, I don't think you guys can see it, but there's a move on Friday, which is Friday the 12th, January 12th. It literally within an hour, we went from 45,000 to 43,000. Can you imagine trading that on leverage? Oh my gosh. Trading that on leverage, I mean, it'll be insane. So we like to keep high time frame setups so you can prepare, you can see the big picture, and you can really capitalize on these moves. Now you have to be more patient. As you can see, we've had this boring chart up here for months now, but you have to be patient and wait for the setups. Higher time frames forces you to be patient, but you can apply this to any chart. You can apply this to any chart, any asset. We've traded with Bitcoin. We've traded with Forex, which is where we started. Forex. We did it gold. We did oil. You can do it on any asset that has a chart. Zoom out, look at the big picture, go to the higher time frames, wait for your setup. And that's where I think a lot of us struggle. You know, I struggled with it until I got to the higher time frames. Patience. Going on the weekly time frame forces you to be patient. Forces you to be patient. So plan out exactly as we planned, and we'll see. You know what happens here. Going looking at H bar. H bar is pretty much. I'm expecting H bar to pull back just like the others. I'm expecting H bar to pull back like the others. So you know, I think that's the beauty of looking at Bitcoin. When Bitcoin pulls back, 9 times out of 10, everything else is going to pull back with it. So excited to see this because it is an open opportunity for people to capitalize who thought it was over. So pay attention to this, guys. And honestly, you know, feel free to follow our technicals. You know, we've been consistent. You know, we called the top. We started selling Bitcoin as soon as it broke. I think we started selling at about 55. Once we saw this big candle here and we saw the divergence, and once we saw the big candle, it pretty much confirmed, all right, divergence, pullback, and we just got out. You know, no, I didn't time the top perfectly, but I was off by 10,000 maybe. But we timed it pretty much through divergence. Now that I think about it, it's all been divergence. You're able to we timed the sell back in 2021 based on divergence. We just called this pullback based on divergence and market structure. So it broke this low, and we can consider this broken. Of course, we want to wait till the week is over and the candle closes beneath this level of support. Right now, we're looking spot on. So we'll see how the weekly candle closes. That's where I'm really going to pay attention to. Did this weekly candle close bearish? And did it close beneath 40,000? Once that happens, that's going to be an indicator for us that we're going to look for the next level of support on the weekly time frame. Next level of support is aiming right to our target of 35. The next level of support's right here, based off of this what is it, a lower low point right here. We're going to consider this range between 30 and 35 a firm level of support, lining up exactly where our target was right here. So that's our technicals, guys. I know a lot of people weren't calling it. We're just one of the few, and thank you guys for sticking along this ride, because you know we've been holding true to our TA despite the madness, despite the news. Like I said, look at what's happening. The same thing with the news of what they're feeding you. Look at what they're doing. They're telling you Bitcoin's trash, but yet they're accumulating, aka Jamie Dimon. Okay, so you know, pay attention to that, and like I said, follow the TA, look at the price point, stick to your convictions, and ultimately, it doesn't really make a difference, because if you believe in this technology long term, it's only just a matter of time till we see this massive explosion, guys. So hope you guys got some value out of this video. Keep moving forward in everything that you do. We'll see you soon.